Hi everyone, today I'm going to do a quick teardown video of this smart garage control system from Chamberlain or Chamberlain or whatever you pronounce it. It's a system which allows you to open your garage door if it's compatible from anywhere from the internet, basically making a dumb garage door system into an IoT connected garage door system. So in the box you get the main unit, obviously. You also get a door sensor which reports the status of the door, a 5 volts power supply, and some screws and other accessories, including the user manual, some information, because they have a partnership with Amazon so that Amazon can do in-garage delivery, a quick start guide, and that's it. You also get, finally, a sticker that you are supposed to put next to the switch. So the purpose of this video is not to do a complete review video. The main reason is that I didn't find a lot of information about the internals of that system. I really want to see what makes it tick. I want to see what type of microcontroller or processor is in there. I want also to see how they communicate between the two units here, see if it can be hacked, because there could be other uses for that product. So that's the purpose of this video. Before that, what I would like to do is do a very quick demonstration of the operation of the unit. So I'm not going to actually mount it on a garage door, but when I did the installation process, I tricked it into believing it was attached to a garage door. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to connect the unit to the main power, show you my cell phone, and we're going to trigger it and see how it works, and then we're going to move to the teardown video. The unit is now connected to my Wi-Fi network. This is the door state sensor, and it is currently in a vertical position, so it believes that the door is closed, as shown on the screen in the myQ application on my cell phone. So if I trigger it to open the door, it's going to send a signal to open it, but it doesn't trigger a warning or anything. It just expects the door to move and open. So I just switch the orientation of the door sensor to the open position, and as you see, the state of the door is quickly updated. And now, if I click the button to close the door, it's going to sound an alert, an audio-visual warning, and then perform the operation. So as you can see, it's very bright. The sound is not extremely loud, but definitely enough to be noticeable. And after a while, the door closes, and it should update the state in the application anytime soon. Yep, that's it. So that's it for the operation. I just wanted to give you a very quick overview of the state of the device and how it operates once it's installed. And now we are going to do the teardown video. We're going to start by disassembling the main unit. So in the center, you have the LEDs for the visual alert, as you've seen before, a few status LEDs on the top, and 3 buttons on the bottom. You have the holder, which goes into the wall, which you're supposed to screw on the wall, and it basically locks in place by rotating the unit into the holder when the holder is attached to the wall. You have a bunch of serial numbers. You have a QR code here, a serial number here, product ID here, and a MAC address here, which I've obviously hidden for privacy reasons. So it just seems to be held in place by 3 screws, one of which is in the middle of the unit. So I'm going to have to void my warranty for your viewing pleasure and for my curiosity too. Actually, no, in fact, no need to void the warranty. Okay, so nothing special on this plate here. Everything seems to be here. So we have, let's see what we have. This is clearly the Wi-Fi module. It's an EN-Link 6220N-IS. We have a microchip microcontroller here. What looks to be, let me see. Just hold on for a second. That's a 24C16, it's an EEPROM, an I2C EEPROM. Here we have what is probably the transmitter to control to control the garage opener, the LEDs that we've seen in the test, the power jack, an LDO. It's not a switching power supply, it probably generates 3.3 volts from the LDO here. That's the buzzer here, and a few passives and other components. So it's a pretty simple unit. The components we find inside are pretty much what we should expect for this type of unit. Maybe the microcontroller here could have been integrated into the Wi-Fi controller, but there are probably reasons for not having done that. Maybe the capability, the real-time capabilities especially of the Wi-Fi controller maybe are not good enough to generate the remote signals to open the garage door. So yeah, pretty standard unit. I'm going to do some research on this thing here, because hopefully if it's using maybe an ESP8266 or a similar chip, maybe we can repurpose the unit. But the problem is that we have that microchip microcontroller here, which makes repurposing the unit a bit harder, but at least it's more versatile. So that's good to know. So now we are going to move to a teardown of the remote door sensor. And this is the remote door sensor. It probably has an accelerometer inside and something to transmit the signal back and forth to and from the main unit. So I'm going to open it. This one doesn't use any screw. The holes here could be for programming purposes or maybe for the screws. Yeah, it's definitely for the screws. It just clipped in place like that. So if you want to attach it to your door with screws, you can do it here. Otherwise, they provide some pieces of adhesive, double-sided adhesive that you can put in there. So what we have on the circuit board is a big CR2450 cell with some information regarding the orientation. There's the plus sign here also. And I'm going to try to remove it from the plastic case. It doesn't seem like it's screwed in or anything. It's just held in place by some clips like that. Yep. It's definitely coming. Okay, hope I didn't break anything. I don't think so. Okay, it's a very simple unit. That's the antenna for transmission. We have, I believe this is, so we have what I believe is a Silicon Lab transmitter IC, and we have a small microchip PIC microcontroller. And that's mostly it. So the PIC microcontroller is here. It's an 8-pin microcontroller. It's a PIC 12 from what I see, and that's the transmitter and maybe transceiver, but most likely just a transmitter unit. Very simple unit, probably very cost effective and very cheap to manufacture. It doesn't seem to me like it needs anything else, it's just what needs to be there. So the serial number here. It's possible the serial number is programmed into the microcontroller so that when the unit sends a signal, it sends its serial number, which is why you need to do pairing, because when you install the unit, the pairing process asks you to press a button, and the reason for that is if you live in a community where you have multiple garage doors next to each other, if multiple neighbors happen to have that unit, the main unit needs a way to differentiate between the signals coming from the other door. So that's why every single door sensor like that must have a specific serial number so that it can be differentiated by the main unit. So that's it. That's all I wanted to show you. I hope you found that interesting. I was definitely curious to see what was inside this unit. I'm going to do maybe some more testing, but definitely a nice unit. Just a small and last note. What I find interesting is to see that we have two antennas on the main unit. We have a smaller antenna here, we have a longer antenna, the black wire here, and the Wi-Fi antenna is probably here. Wi-Fi and possibly Bluetooth antenna is probably here, because when I installed the unit, it asked me for Bluetooth, so there could be a Bluetooth connection, but I'm not sure about that. Definitely a 2.4 gig connection for the Wi-Fi for sure. So yeah, that's all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed it. If you like this, You can subscribe if you want to, please consider doing it. You can also give me a like, that would be very much appreciated. And see you next time.